Hi all. In the last video we have discussed about regulating Act 1773. So in this video we are gonna discuss about Pitt's India Act of 1784. Before moving on, please do like and subscribe our channel. Let's have a basic knowledge about this act. This act is also known as East India Company Act and it was passed to ratify the Defense of Regulating Act of 1773. Ratify means to correct. This act was passed during the tenure of William Pitt and hence this act was named after him. By this act, the British Parliament brought East India Company's administration in India under its control. Let's see the background of this act, that means why this act was introduced. As you all know that India was a rich subcontinent before the arrival of British. The Britishers were aware of the merits if they set up British colonies in India. For that, they need to take the control of Indian administration from British East India Company. In 1773, an act called Regulating Act was passed to control the activities of the company. However, the act proved to be a failure. The act tried to limit the corruption of company's officials. However, there was no change in the corruption, and the role of Governor General was limited, and the Supreme Court authority was also unclear. So the British Parliament decided to take a more active role in the affairs of the company. There were a series of Maratha War fought between 1775 to 1782, and this also demanded the British Parliament's participation in company's affairs. In 1781, a select committee and a secret committee was appointed to go into the affairs of the company. The Select Committee investigated the relations between the Supreme Court and the Council in Bengal, while the Secret Committee investigated the causes of Maratha War. The reports persuaded the British Parliament to take control over the company's affairs. And finally, Pitt's India Act was introduced and it was passed in 1784. And this system established a dual system of control in India by the British Parliament and the company. Now, let's look into the major provisions of this act. This act separated East India Company's political and commercial activities. For political matters, Board of Control was created and it represented British Parliament. This act gave Board of Control the power to supervise and direct all operations of the civil, military affairs or revenue of the British possessions in India. By this act, the British Parliament got the right to interfere in the affairs of British possessions in India. The Board of Control consists of 6 people: Secretary of the State, who became the Board President, Chancellor of Exchequer, 4 Privy Councillors appointed by the King. For commercial affairs, the Court of Directors was created and it represented East India Company. The Board of Control had an upper hand over the Court of Directors and they were given the right to guide and control the activities of Court of Directors and Government of India. There was a secret committee of the 3 directors which had to transmit the orders of board to India. It served as a link between Court of Directors and Board of Control. There was a severe corruption by the company officials. This act mandated that all civil and military officers should disclose their property in India and Britain within 2 months of their joining. The corrupt officials were given punishment. The Governor General Council had 4 members earlier. Now it was reduced to 3 members and the Governor General was given the veto power. The one of the 3 members would be the Commander-in-Chief of Crown's Army in India. The Madras and Bombay presidencies became the subordinate of Bengal presidency. In short, Calcutta became the capital of British possessions in India. Even though this act was passed to correct the mistakes of regulating act, this act also had several mistakes. There were no clear boundaries of power among Board of Control, Court of Directors, and Governor General and Council. The number of executives council members was reduced to three, and the veto power was given to the Governor General. Now, the Governor General could pass the acts of his favor, and he was given an upper hand over decisions. By the establishment of dual system of control, the Governor General had to serve two masters. He had to serve British Company and also the British Parliament. This act is very important because this act began the process of British government taking control over the territories occupied by East India Company. These transformations lasted until 1858. So guys, we have completed the topic. For more videos relating to history, political science, CUET exam, UPSC exam, subscribe our YouTube